actually stopping and recording is pretty hard after all. So anyway, let's talk about maps and time zones. Not really maps, just time zones. Let's talk about time zones. What am I talking about time zones exactly? Because everyone has already said a bunch of shit about time zones and whatever. First of all, I can't seem to block the fucking flip. This will have to do. This is not doing it. How can I, for fuck's sake? Will this... No, this isn't working. Wait. Will this work? For fuck's sake, will this work? Makes me very unpleasant because I'm looking down now. You are looking up. This is not fun. But anyway, that will have to do. It's against the light. Okay, good. Great. Wait. Can I do something better? A better angle or whatever, please? Do I have anything to keep that in place, actually? But yeah, this actually. 1 second. This here. Well, hopefully, it is a 5-pound IKEA phone holder. This will have to do the trick, I hope. Oh wow, this actually works, okay. Right. Time zones. Let's talk about time zones, because I was watching this little video called, wait, and I'm gonna get it to you. It's called The Greatest Clock and Map Ever Made by Atto Parsec. It is a video about a clock called the I think it was Geochron, which is a wall clock / map, which technically, which shows like where the sun is, where it's dark, where it's night and day on the Earth, and it also changes the shape of the shadows on the planet to match the seasons and stuff. And it's really fascinating just by itself. But the thing that got to me is that at the end of the video, he started going on a tangent about how we kind of don't need time zones anymore the way that we know them. And while I do understand that technically the time zones that we have today are dumb and stupid, you know, they could be better. And it could be better by a very simple fact. We could try to actually use more precise time. And I thought a few days ago exactly the same thing that he mentioned in the video. He mentioned that we could actually use our phones while moving across the Earth to change the time that was being displayed at the current moment by the second. Sure, I put a bit of a thought into it, and I was like, okay, if we do that, I walk, I don't know how many meters, I think it was 30 meters that he mentioned. I walk 30 meters and my clock will go 1 second. Like 1 second forward or backwards. You know, it depends on where I'm walking, but still, if I go 30 meters, like east, the clock will go forward by 1 second, which is quite fascinating and also quite confusing, because if that's the case, then, oh, for fuck's sake, you really had to... I am so sorry about this. I did not put enough thought into... Okay, fair. This works. So, this could be very inconvenient for pretty much everyone, because everyone would need to keep track of what the time is at every single place in the Earth, and that is not very useful. So what I thought instead was much simpler. Can we just develop like a way in which like different country subdivisions actually live in the right time zone that they are? Because like, let's talk about Europe, for example. And I think Europe is the best example of this, because it is actually rigid. I'm gonna get you a map. I'm gonna get you a map. Because it is legitimately ridiculous how this works. So first of all, I need Firefox to open. Why isn't Firefox? Oh, Firefox is already open. Dumbass. So let's open time zone map. Right. There is this website. Yeah, time and date. Now let's take a look at this map real quick. Let's just take a look at this map. You are coming over now. I'm gonna be so mad with myself. So anyway, look at this map, right? I need to look as well. Wait. There we go. Map. Okay? Map. Now, do you notice anything wrong with Europe in this case? Well, there is something very weird with Europe happening in this map because France, which is pretty much closer to London than Berlin, follows the same time zone as Berlin. Why do they do that? God knows. However, I mean, it's basically just World War II, but, you know, let's just talk about this. It makes no sense for Spain, which is under the United Kingdom, to follow the same time zone as Berlin, as Warsaw. You know, that's something that got me thinking. That's something that really got me thinking. Brazil isn't really affected by this because we actually thought about how to make time zones in our country, and they work. The United States also does some funky thing, but I think that's because of summertime. I don't know, really. Daylight savings, that stuff. So anyway, this is wrong. This is very wrong, and I don't think you can actually see my hand. This is very wrong, okay? And I was just thinking, like, maybe we could do subdivisions, like, universally, so that whatever is happening to China here doesn't happen to the entire world. What is happening in China exactly? The entire country follows Beijing time, which means even the regions which should be 2 hours earlier than Beijing, but they aren't. I don't know why that is. I mean, it kind of simplifies administering and transport and whatever. It does facilitate a lot of stuff related to time, but it just makes no sense for you to be waking up at 7 and then the sun rises 2 hours later. I mean, that's speaking like in summer terms in Brazil. That's pretty common for me, that the sun like rises at 7. But anyway, it makes absolutely no sense. And we could actually just try to do subdivisions instead of, or well, subdivisions or cities, you know, that could also work. Political divisions. So that it's much easier for everyone to be on the right time. So, for example, where I am in Belfast, you know, Northern Ireland, we follow the time in London, okay? And that's fine. That's partially okay. However, I think, you know, from my observation of this map, we should be pretty much at UTC minus half in normal time, and that is because we are kind of like in the midpoint between UTC 0 and -1. Let me show you in the map. Here. I don't know if you can see this. I need to look as well. Wait. Okay. So, just so you notice, here is Britain. Right here is Britain. Ireland is here. It is right in the middle point between UTC and UTC -1. So, the island of Ireland should pretty much be on UTC minus half. And why is that? Because we are in the halfway between that. And we don't need to follow the entire time, you know, that the entire country runs. Or, well, the British Isles, really. Fucking hell. So, yes, I partially agree that using more precise time is a good idea. However, I don't think that the thing that he said, which was doing it by the second every 30 meters, would be very useful. It would actually be very, very confusing, because as much as having the sun be in the right straight middle of the sky on midday That would be very lovely. However, we don't actually need to change the time zone at every 30 meters for that to happen. You get what I mean? So yes, time zones. We should rethink them. We should legitimately reform how the world works because it's very fucked up. Anyway, have a great day.